and easy ways to build in more muscle. Adding on as much muscle as possible has been always been in the front of my mind ever since I can remember. Being teased for being so skinny had my focus and my confidence, or at least part of it, tied directly to the amount of muscle that I had. If only I had the perfect stack of supplements and money to eat those muscle building foods, then I would be able to put on as much muscle mass as I wanted. I mean, the claims of some of these supplement companies that they were making were insane. Flipping through the magazines, seeing put on 400% more muscle. That must be what I needed, the missing puzzle piece to unlocking that next level muscle growth. I mean, even if I took that stuff and only got half the claims of growth that these supplement companies make, I would still get that iconic muscular physique that I was struggling to get. I still recall one day when my grandmother took me to the pharmacy and we went to the supplement aisle. You see, she wasn't wealthy, but she had finally sold her home, so she had some savings. And she was my biggest supporter in my journey to get my dream physique. So she says, "Sir, take whatever you need." I was in heaven. I obviously added them in one at a time until she stopped asking me to add more. So, wow, I finally had the stack. And I took everything super strict. I had a schedule and a plan, and I set alarms for everything. Now, while supplements have their place, there are things that will have more of an impact with regards to building more muscle than most of these supplements out there. That being said, I'll cover which supplements I found to work for me and which are just a waste of money. But I'll cover that in a future video. For now, here are 5 ways to build more muscle. So progressive overload needs to occur in order to build muscle. So we know that we need to get stronger or add more tension and resistance over time to build more muscle, right? But this is so much easier said than done. You can tell your muscles to lift one more plate with each workout, but this doesn't happen in real life. The progression is not a straight line. We have to find ways to push our muscle and force it past those sticking points or plateaus. Over time, I learned a few techniques to use. The first thing I did was to make sure that I was in a caloric surplus in order to have more energy to better perform in the gym and just have optimal strength and recovery. You don't want to increase your calories too quickly. Just slowly increase them, okay? But this also depends on where you're currently at. So if you are overweight, then I would not recommend increasing your calories right now. If you are underweight, then you definitely should be in a caloric surplus if you want to maximize muscle growth. Another thing to do is to swap out the exercises to break through those plateaus, like switching from just general bench press to machine press for a while. Hitting your muscle from a different angle with a different grip could be just what you need to help with those imbalances or strength plateaus. I also find that cycling my workout plans every few weeks, having different rep ranges and rest periods, also help to promote this progressive overload. I split each cycle into 4-week phases. I'll go in depth in a future video showing you how I strategically structure my workout cycles, but for now, let's move on to number 4. You've probably heard this one, but focusing on a mind muscle connection will serve you really well. Doing this has allowed me to see better growth. Sometimes I had to drop the weight in order to increase the tension and resistance. This is because sometimes we push past our limits trying to progressively overload, right? This is where we need to just check ourselves. Drop the weight. Drop the weight until you find a weight that you can complete with good form and then log it. Keep logging it. This will allow you to come back to your next workout knowing where to start. Don't fatigue your muscle trying to find the right weight. Knowing when to check yourself and drop the weight is an important skill to develop. The best way to hone in on that skill is to always be trying to improve on your form. Sometimes I even take videos of myself performing an exercise so that I can see where to try and correct my form. This not only helps in preventing injuries but also allows for just a better muscle contraction, all of which help you build muscle. So focusing on these 5 things have really helped me take my physique to the next level and just allowed me to overcome many plateaus. Understanding and applying the above is free, but it will work better for you than any supplement stack could ever offer. Hone in on these things, and once you add in those 1 or 2 essential supplements, you'll be shocked at the difference in your rate of progress. If you want this to be you, then you are in luck because my goal is to help 100 ambitious men who have not been seeing any results, and they know that this is not from a lack of trying. I want to help you. I want to help you find your way. So, by the way, this assistance is completely free, no strings attached. So, this offer will expire. But if that is you, then send me a message, comment, let me know that you're interested, and I will be in touch. I'll see you tomorrow.